Friday night, your phone lights up with the invite you were half hoping wouldn't come. And there it is. That little drop in your chest. Not sadness, relief that you've got a reason to say no. You cancel. You feel guilty for about 10 minutes. Then you feel better than you have all week. Here's the part that confuses people. You like your friends. Nothing's wrong with you. So why does staying home feel like someone loosening a belt you didn't know was too tight? And here's what almost nobody connects. That belt isn't just tiredness from being around people. It's the low hum of managing yourself all day, every reaction, every word before it leaves your mouth. Stay with me, because the ones who never switch that off end up paying for it in a way nobody warns them about. And we've all been handed the same story about it. Stay in too often and someone says it, gently, like a diagnosis. You should really get out more, and it's louder now than it's ever been. Your phone is a party that never actually closes. Group chats lighting up, notifications stacking, everyone's best night one thumb away. Even home alone, you're rarely alone. So the door closed, phone face down kind of quiet has become the rarest thing you own. But watch what actually happens to you. You're supposed to feel like you're missing out. Mostly you just feel like you can finally breathe. That gap is worth explaining, because your body is telling you something true. So start with what your body's really doing out there. Around people, even people you love, part of your brain never clocks out. It's reading faces, tracking tone, checking whether that pause meant something. It's a background hum you can't switch off just by wanting to. Psychologists call that social vigilance. It's not anxiety, it's a full-time job you never applied for. And it keeps your cortisol, the stress hormone, running a notch high the entire night. Do that 4 or 5 evenings a week and it never fully comes down. Then you walk through your own door. The lock clicks. And that background job finally shuts off. The drop you feel isn't laziness, it's your body coming off shift. And this is where people get themselves wrong. They think wanting to be home means something's broken in them. It isn't. There's real wiring under this. Some people simply run at a higher baseline of stimulation to begin with. So the loud bar that leaves your friend buzzing leaves you fried because you walked in closer to full. But scanning the room is only half of it. There's a second thing running, quieter, and it's a completely different job. Out there, you're not just watching them, you're managing you. Editing the version of yourself they get to see. You laugh a half beat early. You sand the edge off the sharp thought before it leaves your mouth. You keep one eye on how you're landing, the whole time. Think of the last time you got home from a long dinner and caught yourself going quiet in the car. Not upset, just done talking, done shaping every reaction. That silence was the first honest thing you'd done in hours. At home, alone, that entire layer switches off. You don't have to turn what you feel into something presentable. A good evening on the couch feels that good, partly because nobody needs you to look like you're having one. Now, one honest line here. Solitude and loneliness aren't the same thing, even when they look identical from outside. Loneliness is wanting connection you can't reach. Solitude is having it and choosing tonight to set it down. One empties you, the other fills you back up. That's the whole difference, and it's the one people miss when they worry about you. There's the small stuff too, and it stacks up more than you'd guess. Out in the world, you make 100 tiny calls an hour. Where to look, what to say, whether to have another drink. Home hands all of it back to you. You set the light, the sound, the pace. Your nervous system stops bracing for the next surprise because you already know what's coming. Control isn't hiding. It's your brain finally letting its shoulders drop. You didn't even notice how braced you were until it stops. And this is the real reason a night in can restore you when a night out drains you. All day you collect things you never got to feel. A comment that stung, a worry you shelved, a small win you never sat with. Home is where you finally unpack the bag. You just felt worn out before and couldn't point to why. The second the noise drops, a whole network in your brain switches on. Scientists call it the default mode network, and it's anything but idle. It's the part that stitches a scattered day into a story. This happened, that's what it meant, here's who I'm slowly becoming. None of it looks like effort, and all of it is. But it only runs once the room goes quiet enough to let it. That's why the best ideas ambush you in the shower, never in the meeting. Left alone, your mind starts connecting things it never had space to connect. The plan, the joke, the thing you finally understand about yourself. It shows up in the gap, and the more time you spend in that quiet, the more you actually know yourself, what you want, what drains you, what you were only pretending to enjoy. That kind of honesty needs a room with nobody else in it. The people who never get quiet don't get that. They stay busy enough to never quite meet themselves, and then they wonder, years in, why they can't name one thing they want that someone else didn't want first. So here's the thing to sit with. Staying home was never the opposite of a full life. It's how you refill the part of you that makes people worth showing up for. Skip it, and you show up with nothing left to give them. So here's the one test worth keeping, because staying home isn't always rest. Sometimes it's hiding. The difference is simple. Real solitude settles you within an hour. Avoidance just gets louder, the thing you're dodging still sitting in the room with you. If canceling makes the week feel lighter, that's your body resting. If it makes tomorrow feel heavier, that's the part to actually look at. So the next quiet night in, don't apologize for it, not even to yourself. You're not hiding from your life. You're the kind of person whose life has a door that closes. And behind it, quietly, you finally get to be the one thing all that noise never lets you be: yourself.